Alright, what is up, YouTube? We are back with another reaction video. Family secretly films killer, then captures something shocking by EW Crime Storytime, man. We're already subbed. Go sub up and go watch all their videos, man. I love their videos. How did I get? So I had a 4.2 GPA, bro. What's the Pythagorean theorem? Tell me that. Sosa, what is that? What's the equation for that, Sosa? Tell me the equation. I know how to make money and move. I'm that smart. I act dumb for motherfuckers like you. And then I'll just take all your money in the stocks. That's all I'll do. I'll go tell you to invest in some shitty ass company. Give me that money. That's me. That's me. I'm the dumbass that's smarter than you. That's me. That's me for real. Ask Demo. I'm not even capping about that. Ask Demo. I'm a dumbass that's smarter than you.
The blanket.
Oh my god, that is my blanket.
Right, okay, yeah. I'll take that. No common sense.
When 19-year-old Mia Marcano goes missing, it isn't the police who uncover the biggest clues about what happened to her, but her family. In fact, it was through their own investigation that they would not
Did you see that crib?
her, but her family.
Look at that bitch. That's gonna be me and Sosa. Oh no, that's a fucking that's an office, dude. No, it's not. That's a crib. Why are they sitting there looking?
Their own investigation that they would not only uncover a suspect, but it was Mia's family who, through their own determination, eventually caught the culprit on camera. In 2021, 19-year-old Mia had just started her second year at Valencia College, where she was pursuing an associate in arts degree.
That's just so fucking annoying because it automatically does that shit right when people join.
At the Arden Villas apartments in Orlando,
bro. And then people just leave automatically.
Miles away from her close-knit family in Broward County, Florida. She also lived at the same apartments where she worked. Though they didn't know to be concerned at the time, Mia had recently asked several of her family members if they could come to Orlando for the weekend to see her. When no one could, she instead decided to fly home to Fort Lauderdale for a visit. Though her family was excited to have her back home, there was a chilling reason Mia felt like she needed to get away. Not knowing what was about to unfold, her aunt Simone later recalled this.
I felt like she was a call for help when she asked us all to come this weekend and no one couldn't make it. I feel like it was a call for help and I wasn't there for her.
I almost forgot something big time.
At 5:06 p.m. Friday, September 24th, 2021, Mia sent a text to say she was waiting for the Uber to take her to the airport before she would fly home. After this, she suddenly stopped responding. All calls to her phone went straight to voicemail, and all text messages said that they weren't delivered. Given that Mia was incredibly close with her family and kept in near constant contact with most of them, they likely noticed something was wrong within mere moments of it happening. However, it wasn't until a few hours later that her family became certain something was amiss.
I'm not gonna lie. If you a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man and still walk around with a fucking teddy bear, you're a weirdo. I don't, like, R.I.P. Mia and all this shit, but what the fuck is you carrying around a fucking...
Her grandmother and grandfather later spoke to a police officer and tried to explain her sense of urgency at the time.
I would say about 6 or 6:15. My husband and I left our husband to go out to dinner. I said, strangely, I had some coffee. I called. And the phone just started falling from that. So I figured it was in the area we were in, it was downtown. So I called again. Stay rang. My stomach started to hurt. I'm not psychic, but I can always tell when something is wrong.
That mama instinct.
I wouldn't call Mia more than twice, and she'd not answer. Even if she has to say, Mama, I'm doing something. Mama, can I call you right back? So I went to the airport. And I waited and waited and waited, and there was no Mia.
When Mia never got off the plane, it confirmed her family's worst fears.
She was killed on a
Little
fucking
did they
plane?
know things were only going to get more twisted from here. They reported her missing soon after, and one of her family...
Oh, hey, and Sosa, we gotta start reacting off each other. That's what we gotta do. We gotta start reacting off each other. On YouTube, I wanna do that shit, like, not to copy Flight and Cash, we don't gotta do, like, 1v1s and shit like that, but, like, you know what I mean?
Members
That'd be
called
dope as fuck.
911.
I'm calling to find out if I can have a wellness check, please. For the address.
Correct? I just wanted to know
Correct.
if an Uber picked her up or not.
She needs an
And then
address,
from then,
bitch.
her phone has been completely shut off or dead. We're not sure.
Dude, Sosa, don't do this, Sosa. You see my complexion. You see my skin tone. Sosa, you see it. You miss one layup, it's game. You miss one layup, it is game. You try to hit a fillet, I'm bitch. Ha, step back 3. Bang. Game, Sosa.
We had a friend go over, but they're knocking the door and I'm like,
Alright, listen. I'm not gonna argue that. Alright. I'm not gonna say I'm yamming the ball. I'm not saying that. I'm back. Why are we bringing my back up, bro? It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't
make sure
matter.
that
It don't. I can always hoop, but I will never go back on a football field. That's for damn sure.
I need a call from a deputy to go
Unless
up there.
we're doing,
But
flag
a deputy's
football.
going to do the same thing. He's going to knock on the door. If no one answers the door, he can't.
He said your back's fucked, bro. Come on, so
Break down
why
the
are we
door.
doing that?
This
That's
call
where we're
and
going.
lackluster response from police would set the tone for the investigation. An officer eventually did go to Mia's apartment at Arden Villas.
Bro, if I don't get fucking... Dude, Sosa, swear to God I was gonna do it. Swear on... Nope. I should just do it right now. Leak all my card information. Leak everything. Just say, fuck it. Everybody gets all the money.
Keep it quilted with quilted.
Even though I have $5 in my bank account,
One
chat.
platform, any website, unlimited creation.
I'm a brokey jokey.
But there was no answer when they knocked
I'm a
on
brokey
Mia's bedroom
jokey,
door.
chat.
When they tried to open the door, they found it locked from the inside. They then headed to the window from outside. Please note that the police department made redactions to the video, blacking out what the officer saw inside Mia's room. When they went around the front of the apartment, the officer was met by Mia's cousin Kaylee, who after realizing that Mia's location was turned off...
Sosa. He responded. What the fuck does that mean? Oh. He used the terminology, and I don't know what the fucking He's
On
got
the
to
phone,
basically he's got to
decided
ask
to
his
take
manager, the manager that's working, even though he's the fucking owner. What, bitch? You're the owner. Oh, all right. Don't clip
matters into her
that. Don't
own
clip that.
hands and start
Don't
looking
clip that.
for her.
You're not a bitch.
No, she's definitely not in there. But no.
You see like any you couldn't see inside?
Yeah, no.
That
I
don't
saw
make sense
inside.
though. You're the
See, like,
owner, bro.
bags?
I saw 2 suitcases under her
Oh,
bed.
under her bed?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's.
I think that was always there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that,
Did you see like a teddy bear on
All right,
the
you
bed?
got a I don't have a cameraman. Otherwise, we can wait while Maddie's home because she's not gonna be home and she's gonna be gone. So otherwise, we can wait when Maddie and she can record or actually, I have Austin too that he'll do it because he's off Tuesdays. So
I can't remember now.
You want to go?
Yeah, it was.
She was fine.
Yeah, the room, it looked clean. Didn't look out clean.
Maddie just don't like being involved. Maddie don't like being involved in everything. She's real
Yeah, open it.
she's low-key
Ultimately, the officer
antisocial.
left.
She don't fuck
Law
with people.
enforcement would fail to recognize the urgency of
Which
Mia's
I
case
love.
until later, perhaps only when it was already too late. With this less than helpful response from police, Mia's cousin Kaylee looked elsewhere for help.
And the security guard, Jay, was here. And we approached him, asked him if he knew anything.
Oh,
and he
bet.
said yes,
I
that
bet.
he was here when the police were
I
there.
bet.
And we said, okay, like if you could please just
That's what I
accompany
thought.
us
We
so
were
you
gonna
could
just
tell
go
us
live
about
and all right,
what
bet.
happened when they were there.
Because they knew Mia's door was locked, Kaylee and Jay headed to the window that the officer had looked through.
Once we heard that the window was unlocked, we all automatically knew that that was off because my cousin had installed the window locks on all of their windows to prevent anyone from opening it from the outside, especially with them being on the first floor. When we went up to the back, he showed us the window, and we, of course, tried to avoid touching anything because we didn't want to interfere with anything. He did mention that he saw fingerprints and that he took some himself with some tape because when he asked the police officers to take some that were there earlier, they said that they were not going to because it wasn't that type of case, I guess.
Later, the security guard would allege that when he tried to hand over the fingerprints, the deputy actually laughed and said, "This isn't a high-priority case." However, this allegation has never been proven. Jay's immediate frustration for how the scene and Mia's case was handled was palpable.
And now I'm getting mad because one of y'all deputies came out here, did not do the job that he was supposed to do. Me being a security guard, I should not have to do the stuff that I did to have an officer come out here and look me in my face and tell me to keep the evidence that was lifted off the windowsill. Oh, a couple weeks from now, maybe we'll need it. No, you're supposed to take that now.
As strange as it was that the locks had been removed from Mia's window, it was even stranger that through the window, Kaylee could see that Mia's bedroom door had actually been barricaded from the inside by a small bookcase. Then she noticed something else that would later become integral.
While we were back there, I was looking at the parking lot, the woody area behind with the fence. We were like, why is there a chair behind the fence? He said, oh, it's been there for a long time. And I was like,
Bro's been sitting there every night watching her. That is crazy.
it's kind of weird though, because the placement of it looks directly into their windows. It's kind of at a slight angle, so that was a little bit concerning. But he was like, no, that chair's been there for a long time. So I was like, okay, no problem. While we were back there, he mentioned another thing that was odd to him was that most people in the guest parking lot don't park, like parallel park in this one corner, which made sense to me because there are parking spots that go straight there. So if you're parallel parked back there, they can't get out. So he said what was weird to him is that there was a large tire track.
This all seemed to hint that some awful fate had befallen Mia, but what exactly remained to be seen.
Into the apartment, we all put on gloves and again asked Jay to come with us just to, I guess with the name security, he made us feel more secure having him there. We went into her room, avoided touching anything, and we immediately noticed that her room was in a disarray. Very out of character for Mia.
However, even more shocking was the sight of something still in her room.
She has her decorative pillows, her sleeping pillows, and then, of course, the king of the world, her Teddy. So Teddy usually sits right on the bed if he's not going with her wherever it is that she's going. If she's going to work, there's times that Teddy goes to work. Every trip, Teddy goes. Teddy's been on vacation with other people. Teddy has lived his life.
I'm going to keep my mouth closed, man.
With this in mind, her family knew she wouldn't simply have left the bear behind. And yet Teddy was still in her room. This meant one thing.
Teddy's ass should have
Mia
been
hadn't
there.
left. She wasn't not answering her phone. And her phone wasn't simply dead. She had been taken. But the teddy bear wasn't the most concerning thing discovered in Mia's room.
Yo, fuck these ass. What the fuck is that? Delta Force? Ain't nobody playing
As
that
Kaylee
shit.
explains.
When we walked in, the cubby that was blocking the door was in the walkway, and there was her chain was busted. She usually wears two chains, one that says her name, and then a second one that has a heart pendant. So I know the chain is the heart pendant one because
like
the
that.
pendant was
That's
missing.
dope.
Yeah.
And the Mia one would have two separate pieces. So we saw that her bangles, she has a lot of bangles and they were given to her as gifts from like old family friends. So they're really sentimental for her. So
What the fuck are those ball things with the line? What is that curvy one with the big balls? What the fuck is that, dude? Yo, y'all girls, what are you wearing, dog?
to see them on the floor was a lot. To see them bent that way, I was like, okay, there's definitely something wrong here.
Like
then we also noticed the blood on the pillow, and we were thinking, like, of course you look at it and you're like thinking, well, maybe it could be old. But then we're like, but she would have tried to get that out, or she would have at least put a pillowcase on to cover it up, because you're not going to be sleeping on a naked, bloody pillow.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit concerning as well. After that, we continued to look around the room and found little bits and pieces that just kind of indicated that there was some type of struggle. The bed was moved. We could see the grooves in the carpet were different. They were
Wow.
here, and then the legs
Not gonna lie, this sister's smart as fuck. She knows what she's looking for and
were
shit.
pushed off. The bed head was kind of crooked. And then while examining underneath the bed, someone flipped over the rug. She has a blue furry rug, and found a box cutter. When we saw that, we were like, okay, that definitely can't be Mia's.
The box cutter would turn out to be an important clue, as would the item they found in the trash, a single rose. Already feeling like Mia's disappearance wasn't receiving the kind of urgent attention they knew it needed, the rest of her family traveled the same day she was reported missing to gather at the Arden Villas apartments.
W
to
family, I'm not
continue
gonna
the
lie.
search.
They're sliding. I guarantee if they find out who this motherfucker is, they would go after them before the cops did.
Knowing that this was the last place she'd been seen. They would soon have a shocking and disturbing interaction. It's unclear exactly what happened in the moments prior, but one of Mia's family members began recording when someone else showed up, claiming to also be looking for Mia. The person recording kept their phone either in their pocket or their hand covered the camera, as we can't yet see what was happening until later. We can, however, hear the mysterious person talking with various members of Mia's family, including her father.
I'm too old for this. It's her friend Tati. Tati knows our relationship, I promise you. Nothing like that. Tati woke me up out of my sleep to come here to see if I saw anything, because we didn't know you guys were here. You're not hearing about this for the first time today? Yes. I was going to
Text messages?
me and her haven't talked for like a few weeks. Like I told you, I tried to call back. I'm older than her. So I don't even have her number now. All serious.
That's I'm not gonna lie. Wait. Why in the fuck would her best friend wake you up if you don't have her number no more, and you haven't talked in 3 weeks?
The man speaking is 27-year-old Armando Manuel Caballero. Armando worked as a maintenance man at Arden Villas, and he met Mia when the two became co-workers. In fact, he'd started at Arden Villas right after Mia, around 2 months prior to her disappearance. Now, around 3:45 a.m., approximately 10 hours after Mia was last seen, and though he lived at a different apartment complex, Armando was unexpectedly back at Arden Villas. This obviously struck Mia's family as odd, but the entire interaction would only become more concerning.
Where's her roommate? Because I heard you had a recent conversation with her like this.
Though it isn't shown in the footage, Simone, Mia's aunt, witnessed something fall out of Armando's pocket when he first got out of his car, something that looked like a key fob. This would turn out to be crucial later.
Yeah, I was seeking her wall and I dropped off the back end because I was involved. Other than that, it's just work. You never went in the apartment to fix anything? Before I have, yes. We had to do all the apartments. But I noticed a lot of stuff because I set up the apartment myself. I know. And I set up certain things. I seen you move. Yeah, and I seen you already too. I seen you be trust me, bro. I got all good vibes. I'm not like that. Nah, I wouldn't even came out here. Yeah, but from what I'm hearing, I didn't hear nothing good about you yet. Really? I promise you.
What Armando didn't know was that because Mia was so close to her family, they immediately recognized him as someone she'd told them about. And because of what she told them, they were likely suspicious when he showed up at Arden Villas.
Sending her text messages like that, like trying to tell her, express your feelings for her. As a regular thing, when the property was... How is it a regular thing if you just said that you're older than her? Why is it a regular thing if you're expressing your feelings to her? Why is that? How is that a regular thing?
Why'd you cash out for that amount of money?
She said she had to help you.
She had to help me? My daughter would never tell you that.
On my soul, she told me that.
She would never tell you that.
On my soul, she said...
Marlon on that ass, bro. You know what the fuck up, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You just told me that you haven't spoken to her for so long.
Yeah, because that was a while ago.
That was a while ago?
This week.
That was a while ago?
I'm in her cap.
Bro's done. Is 12 there? Where the cops at? Where are the cops at? They're doing all the interrogating, bro. Hey, W Marlon and I think that's her sister. W fucking dad and sister for real.
You see, Mia.
They are pressing the fuck out this dude. Look at him. Why the fuck would you pull up, bro?
Complained about Armando, though he told her family he didn't have her number and claimed to have last spoken to Mia a few weeks ago. It would soon be revealed that that wasn't even remotely true. Mia often took screenshots of the things Armando was texting her and sent it either to her family members or to her friends. This included when, in the week before she went missing, Armando sent her a random Cash App payment for the amount of $600.
I'm a single mom of a 4-year-old. I'm working a full-time job. I'm on a timeline.
Though Mia declined the money, she sent a screenshot of the message Armando included with the payment to a group text with other Arden Villas employees. Titled, "Off the Casa," Armando wrote to Mia, "Mamas, good morning. I don't want you to feel any way about me giving you this. Like I said from before, you grew on me. And I feel I didn't have too much of a reason to be in your face unless I was making a difference. Because I'm just a man, and that's how I see it. From hearing you vent about your fam situation and hearing about how you're not able to live your life fully because of the difference in responsibility, and from the first few times I heard that, I've been planning and wanted to bless you. But it's not much, but it's yours. Enjoy it however you like. I don't want it back. Don't send it back. That was money I was putting up from turn to spend on dates or gifts for you. But I'd rather just give you the money so you could do what you actually need or want with it." Her friend responded to the screenshot. "It just sucks that he works with you because I would keep it, but if you don't do what he wants, he gonna act crazy." Mia's friend likely had no idea how true that was. Armando had an interesting explanation for the Cash App payment.
Because her mother didn't pay her rent no more. And when we was doing 10, we've been friends already since June. And I know Rashid seen me hurt and Rashid chilled. There's nothing there. I never came after hours. I never bothered her.
Did they take a statement from you? From your mom?
I just found out she was missing.
You saw her today?
Just found out, but I found out a few hours ago.
And you saw her today?
At work, yes.
Have you done any work inside that apartment?
Not recently.
So when?
Who's the maintenance person that was in the apartment yesterday?
Yo, real shit. What would you feel like if you were the dad and sister and asking this motherfucker and he's responding like this? How would you feel?
You have to be there recently because you told me that you bought the fan there. So you were there recently.
This is an integral question. As Armando was in maintenance at Arden Villas, he had an assigned key fob, which could access every single apartment, and that worked during business hours. For after-hours maintenance, an on-call key fob was shared among the maintenance staff, with the device in the possession of whomever was on call at the time. 3 days earlier, on Tuesday, September 21st, Armando had delivered some fans to Mia's apartment, as there'd been flooding. The maintenance request had been legitimate, but the troubling issue of Armando's access to her apartment hadn't escaped Mia's family members.
You were there recently. So that was the
You were in this apartment on Tuesday,
I didn't
right?
do work. I just dropped the vacuum on.
Bro, something adding up, bro.
She had a leak from her living room to her room.
Coincidentally, like that just happened. You know what I'm saying? That just happened. That leak just all of a sudden just happened, just out of the blue. Only in her room and the thing.
I cannot. There's nothing I can physically do to do that.
All right, and the person who went in today too went through the window too. You know what I'm saying? All right, but you got access to that place, so right or wrong. Right or wrong?
You have
right or wrong? You have access to it,
You
right?
have access to the apartments, right? As a maintenance worker, you have access to the apartments.
Yeah.
And what is your protocol when you're going into the apartments? You guys just knock and go in?
We knock 2 or 3 times. We wait. Nobody answers. We open the door. We knock again. We shut the door. We wait. Nobody answers. Then into the apartment.
As police would soon find out, Armando isn't telling the truth here. Mia's family member, who has been recording this strange encounter, finally raises their phone and captures Armando in the footage. He can be seen standing next to an officer.
As of right now, you have sent obsessive texts to Mia. We have all seen the text. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you were in touch. It's on text.
Boys, I promise a female is never that much, bro. Like, real shit, bro. Not no arrogant or cocky shit, man. I never needed no money to get a bitch. If you need money to get a female, bro,
As a matter of fact, you're gonna get a police report to pull your phone records.
No, like, if you gotta flex your money, that's what I'm saying. Like your first date, you go buy her just fucking $500 worth of shit. That's way too much, dog. I'm taking you out. Let's go get some dinner. Cool. little movie, whatever. But after that, all right, we can go chill at the crib. We can DoorDash, but I ain't spending all that extra money on no fucking bag for you to dip the next week.
That's the case.
Fuck. You gotta be a wife.
As it would turn out, because Mia had sent so many of the texts from Armando to her friends and family, the police didn't need to pull Armando's phone records to see that something was off.
There's evidence of obsession. You're fascinated with
It's
me.
not only from my side, so don't try to make this.
No one's saying that. It takes.
She's not here to defend herself right now, so
Obviously, she's missing. So we're talking to you, who've been going back and forth.
I understand that. That is your family.
Right.
But until we figure out what's going on, just don't beat me up.
Nobody beating you up.
If I'm guilty,
But
why
you put yourself in the middle right here. You brought yourself over here.
The entire interaction with Armando out front of Arden Villas was odd. But what Armando said next did nothing but raise suspicions against him.
I've never done nothing bad to me. Never done it.
The videos capturing this incident end abruptly after this, but Mia's aunt describes what happened next.
Armando got in his car. The officer never searched the vehicle. I don't know if there's procedure. He never looked in the vehicle or touched anything, told him to wind up with nothing. The vehicle took off. They went to the maintenance room. They came back. Armando then left.
After driving away from the officer and Mia's family members, Armando was seen again driving around the buildings with his lights off. One of Mia's family members noticed something else that was incredibly concerning about Armando.
I noticed. So it almost looked like he had bronzer on because this area was it was puffed up and slightly bruised, like reddish. But how it was dark in the night when the light, you could see, when skin is stretched to a point that it shines because of the swelling.
Knowing what they did of his fixation with Mia, his return to the Arden Villas apartments the same day that Mia went missing raised red flags for her family. Little did they know, Armando was hiding another, even more disturbing secret. The next day, there was still no sign of Mia anywhere, and it was only now that the police would begin to take the case seriously, though slowly. Someone from the Harris County Sheriff's Office even reached out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office about Mia's case, and there appeared to be a distinct lack of urgency.
My name's Travis Sarno. This will be my 12th year in Major League Baseball. I'm Chase Sarno, former Major League shortstop.
Okay, it hasn't been turned over to a detective yet because it takes up to 5 business days.
How to consider someone missing?
No, there is a case number already attached to this, and there is a case. I'm just saying that they don't have it assigned to somebody, but if we make contact with her and we run her name, we know she'll be missing because she's in the system as missing.
So who normally has? So you have a missing person division?
This is considered a missing person, and they're not open today. They'll be open on Monday.
As investigators finally started to look deeper into the case, they spoke with Marlon, Mia's father.
So my theory as to what happened is that she was in the bathroom, or maybe she was now getting home. Either she was in the bathroom or she was now getting home, and the person was under the bed. The person was under the bed, so they had the box cutter and everything. And either when she came in, they startled her, or when she was coming out of the bathroom. Understand? It's the person who we suspect is somebody who works here. I heard about it. Okay.
Her family also gathered again, this time inside Arden Villas.
Police officers came and they said they weren't going to do anything but file a missing person report. She's an adult. They can't do an Amber Alert because she's over 18. But according to that officer, this is a typical college room that doesn't seem to look obstructed or tampered with. He said they weren't going to do much until a couple days pass and it becomes more.
If you haven't got any information, if you haven't heard from her.
As news of Mia's disappearance spread, calls flooded in as people tried to give any helpful information to aid in the search.
And what do you want to report?
We just got a message saying that a girl had been missing since 5 p.m. yesterday, and me and my roommate around, I'd say maybe 7 p.m., and we heard a girl and a guy, and they were screaming, but it didn't sound like good screams. It sounded really bad.
She's talking about they weren't fucking
screams. And we actually went downstairs to see if we could find anything, and there we heard a like a woman and a man screaming at each other, like arguing in an apartment on the first floor. I don't know if this would be helpful information, but it was something that stood out to us last night. And after hearing about a girl going missing today, I figured I should report it just in case it could help.
All of this was helpful, but Mia's family was already sure they had a suspect, Armando. Mia's family had been right. It did appear that Armando was obsessed with Mia. In one screen-recorded video, it can be seen that Armando was sending her long, multiple messages. Part of these messages say, quote, "You drew back, which I understand, because you a woman and you don't know me that well, so you need your boundaries. I know I come off strong and crazy." After screen-recording the messages, Mia sent the video to a group chat, writing, "When does it stop?" The issue of Armando's text messages would come up again and again as police began interviewing her friends.
And Jasmine, can you tell me what happened in a group chat between you, Mia, and the other individual?
Yes. So basically we have a group chat where we talk about like normal things that are happening. But in this chat, there's just been multiple times where Mia like will send over screenshots like we do of like people that we're talking to or just things like that.
Bro, y'all females are weird. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what? Female, hey, bro, RIP to Mia, and I feel bad for her friends and everything like that, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying he had every right to do this, but I'm saying you entertain a crazy dude like that, you will make him go crazy. You play, like, I don't want to say fuck around to find out, but like, why, just block him. Get him off your phone. Call the cops. Call your dad. Your dad seems like a get down to business type of dude. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? You guys have to understand, people in this world are evil and fucked up. There are evil and fucked up people in this world. Why are you taking chances? Keeping this motherfucker. Why do you even have him texting you? If I get a motherfucker sending me long ass paragraphs twice, let alone all the shit that she just had, bye, deuces. Like, what? Pull up to my crib. I dare you. Pull up to my crib. I dare you. It's like that, man. And if it got down to it, I'll be like, all right, Pop, Grandpa, come on. You know what's up. Throw a little slug in there, man. Man, you don't want nothing. Like, what? There's, like, you guys have to be smart. You females, especially you young ladies out there, you have to be smart. There's a bunch of dudes out here that are virgins that want to get some, and they will literally do anything to get some. And I mean literally. They will literally do anything to get some. So if you play with them and you fuck with them and there's brain, oh, she's whatever. They will snap. They will legit snap and make you a target. They have no life. They might go work a job, but their whole life is around you. So you have to be able to see that and dip. You can't be hanging around weird ass dudes like this. I'm not saying she was like, obviously she didn't want him, but cut him off. Cut him off. We're not stupid. We know when you're talking shit behind our backs, bro. Cut him off. That's just gonna make him mad.
Sometimes complaining or just having issues.
Like, if she's bitching and moaning all this shit, why are you fucking sitting here letting this shit slide? Like, y'all homies aren't homies. You're not. The dad and the aunt, down. They about that. W dad and W auntie. You could tell they're related.
With like
they're about
Armando
that shit.
Sending her
W dad
long
and
text messages out of the blue, emotional messages to her, man, even when she was barely giving him like real responses back. Sending her long emotional messages, getting upset at her for not responding to him, all types of things. And from the start, her making it clear that although she did find him attractive or whatever the case may be, she has never.
I knew it. She liked it, bro. She fucked it. She let him on and then tried to ghost him and cut him off. I already know it, bro. I like this shit. This happens every day to millions of dudes all around the world. But you get that one. You better know who you're fucking with and talking to, bro.
Necessarily wanted anything serious with him. They have never dated. They've never been involved in any aspect like that.
That detail didn't seem to deter Armando. In one text to her friends, Mia wrote, Then if I don't respond, we know he getting the paragraphs ready.
I always found it weird with that because I'm like, she's young, like she's 19, she's a freshman. I always found him to be weird because I'm like, this girl is like a young girl.
19 and 27?
Oh, she's not trying to be tied down with you, like, you know? And she made that very clear to him. So that's just the thing for me.
Did they ever have any altercations with each other or any kind of
fights?
Yeah.
They never had any fights. He was very much a like messagey type of person. Like I never had any situations in regards to like her telling me like, oh, they got into like actual altercation. She did tell me that recently he tried to like make us not a scene, but like be petty towards her at work. He said it in a way like it was drawing attention because people were kind of like, dang, like, why'd you say it like that towards her or whatever? And she was like, in the chat we were talking about, like, that's crazy that he's trying to like show out and call you a weirdo and stuff when he's the one that sends you long, dramatic text messages every single day.
Mia sent a text to the group chat saying, y'all, I'm confused, and a screenshot of a message Armando sent her saying,
yo, this is like the third time this man has sent you like 14 paragraphs. Block the man.
I don't got any more patience with you.
I gotta go get
you honestly showed me the type of person you are. Like you said, people fall for your looks. Well, I seen the type of person you are. I don't got the energy or the fakeness to tolerate giving myself to you even as a friend. We two different kind of people. Armando also texted me a quote, just leave me alone if you don't have no intent to show any significance in my life.
So Tuesday would have been.
Was that right?
Two different kind of people. The fakeness to tolerate giving myself to you, even as the type of person you are. I don't got the energy or the fakeness to tolerate giving myself to you, even as a friend. We two different kind of people. Armando also texted me a quote, just leave me alone if you don't have no intent to show any significance in my life.
So Tuesday would have been the 20th.
She let him on. Either she didn't do a good enough job with making sure that he knew that like, yo, you not getting some, and we not like that for real. What the fuck was that? There's something in my fucking earball. What the hell? What the hell was that?
First, so September 21st
was that? It was like a little.
And can you tell me what that message
better not
said?
be no bugs
so
in
we
my
were
ear.
talking like normal.
Swear.
She said, I saw Armando just now. He had to bring me the blower, and he was like, I think I cleared my mind enough, and I'm ready to follow you back on Instagram because, like I said, he would get overly emotional.
You have to clear your mind to follow a bitch on Instagram?
And obsessive over her. So like if she was posting and doing things and not talking to him, he would get upset and send her messages about that. So then she sent a screenshot after he left of what he said, and he basically said everything else burnt out, but respectfully, I can't lie, I would have loved to taste you or see how it was at least once.
Man, if this don't make her block him, I don't know what will. What the fuck? Dude, y'all, man, some of you dudes just don't know. Dude, like this, obviously this dude's a lunatic and crazy and fucking shouldn't be in society, and he's a dumbass and he's a moron and he's a stupid virgin bitch. But Mia, girl, if I was your brother and you were to send me that, I'm pulling up. We're in Fort Lauderdale, or where does she live? Wherever. We're pulling up. What are we doing?
Once, and she said, y'all help me, what the F, like asking what she should say to that.
What you should say to that? Block. Send it to the cops. Excuse me. And then if something would have happened, boom, they know who to blame. But no, you had Mia, bro, come on. Young ladies out there, you get any text like this, block them and send it to the cops or your parents or whoever you feel safest with, so that they know, just so that they know. Man, you have no idea how much awareness helps. In anything, in life, in video games, in anything, literally anything. If awareness is the best thing, knowledge is the best. If they know what the fuck's going on, they'll be like, I bet we'll be down there, or I bet text me the second something's off, we're there. You know what I mean? They won't have to second guess her and say, yo, why do we need to come? Oh, is it because of this? Oh, yada, yada. And ask it, just wasted time. Straight to the point. If I have a daughter, Shotty, whatever dudes, like, she gonna make sure, yo, this is my daddy, bro. Fuck with me, you're gonna have bow. You know what I mean?
And I was like, what do you say to that when it's coming from a crazy person?
You don't say anything, you block them. It's that simple, chat. It's really that simple. I don't understand. I really don't.
And she said, no, for real. I'm like, whoa. And I said, I would be like, let's keep it cute, friend, because I don't know what to say. And I basically said that because I was like basically like deflecting from the talk because you guys said like we're just friends.
Armando replied to that text from Mia saying, right, whatever, you out-cooled me. I really didn't take no L. Why you trying to be so cool? I get it, it's over. I knew it was you making it seem like I'm making a mistake. So all the way through, I'ma let it go, just holler at you at work, bucko. But it seemed that Armando didn't take her rejection well. Mia's friend Rashid shared a similar story.
He started sending her, like, not like just like paragraphs. It was, I could swipe and read it. And it was so much to read that I was like, dang, like, I didn't obviously read through all of it, but she would show me like some of the stuff she was saying in some of the paragraphs and how like, and I was telling her like he's crazy and whatever, and then he would buy her all this stuff. He was giving her stuff like every week. He got her like these flowers that were in her room, the blue flowers, because she had, I guess he overheard like a conversation that she wanted or something, or I saw it on her phone or something.
In another screenshot Mia shared, Armando wrote to her, and you ain't showed one concern of even giving me the opportunity to gain ground with you. If anything, every time I felt like I got closer to you, the next day or the next hour, you acting colder. This ain't the grounds to the beginning of something good. I haven't been nothing but frustrated and confused the majority of the time. Mia wrote back, yo, I spoke to you yesterday perfectly fine, then I went out like, damn, why do you always have to act like this? Like, can you just chill? Armando texted back. If I have no reason to act like this, then you tell me one situation where you did any gesture to validate me, small or big, to make me feel special. A bagel, a lunch, a real compliment. At least a real statement of what you think about me, because I'm really starting to think you cold-hearted. Armando's obsessive behavior wasn't just over texting, as Rashid explains.
One day I opened up my apartment when me was staying there, and he was outside doing something. And I remember, because I opened the door to open the door for her, and I was going to lock behind her, and he was there, and she was like, oh, hey. He was outside my apartment. Just standing there? No, he was working on something, but, like, it just progressively got weirder and weirder, and whatever, after, like, time started passing, and she started seeing, like, who he really was and stuff. She told me that she was kind of nervous that he had the key to her apartment. And one time she mentioned that she left her house one time, the AC was working perfectly. And she came back a little while after, and the AC was broke. She was stuck on 79. And I know, like, the maintenance people, like, I know it's easy to mess with the AC for me. And he was the on-call person. And so I'm thinking that he, like, messed with the AC because she would have to call the emergency line, which he has to respond to after hours. So she said that she didn't want to call him, so she went to get another maintenance guy to come fix the AC. Mm-hmm.
As Rashid shared, Mia had a good reason to be worried.
Some of my other friends have told me that he said stuff to them, like, she found one of my other female friends found him, like, in the apartment. He was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, I'm fixing something. I remember she had said something to her. I think it was like along the lines of, I just want to like take a nap in your bed or something like that. Like, it's weird, you feel me? Yeah, that is.
After speaking to another resident at Arden Villas, it seemed that there was a pattern in Armando's behavior.
I had just got out of the shower too, and I heard knocking and maintenance, so I didn't want to answer it because I hadn't put in a report, and I heard the door open, and I heard it close, and then when I went out, they were still out there knocking, but I did hear the door open and close, so I got dressed, opened the door, asked if he needed anything. He said, did you put in a report for your dishwasher to be fixed. I told him no.
Perhaps finally realizing that Armando needed to be investigated, police spoke to his boss, Lemuel Arroyo.
How would you describe Armando?
I would say very peaceful guy, very easy to manage. You know, I was very happy with their performance. To keep eye contact, sometimes avoid eye contact. Now all this going on made me think, why sometimes when we're talking, he trying to not look at me? I don't know.
Although he was known at work to be private, Armando had been in a bit of trouble before. Years ago, after setting off firecrackers in his college dorm, he lost his football
We got a big storm
scholarship as a result. With his job at Arden Villas, he was attempting to start fresh. Friday, the same day that Mia went missing, Lemuel noticed that Armando's body language and behavior was off when he received his work uniform.
But then when he left, he was shaking, even without we knowing all this was about to happen, you know?
And you've never seen that before?
No.
Noel, who worked in maintenance with Armando, also saw Armando acting strange on Friday.
So he was more quiet, you thought?
He was more quiet.
Was that...
I asked him, yo, you okay? He said, yeah.
My bad,
you said the change you noticed was that he just seemed more quiet.
My bad.
With this in mind, investigators take a look at the records of who used the maintenance key fob. While the officer only turns on the audio over body cam a few seconds before the following footage begins, it appears they're talking about Armando.
My biggest concern is he has right now a fob that can get him access to every apartment because he's on call.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to have one of my employees just erase the fob, but the only way to do it is to literally go to each and every apartment door with a cancel key, because unless we have the physical fob, we can't erase it. You have to go to each individual lock and do what's called an interrogation report, and then load that to the computer, and it gives you the lock history of everything.
The worker from Arden Villas eventually gets the report on the lock history for Mia's apartment.
Ignite the fairway.
With Fireball.
Jiminy Cricket, you don't even have a club in your hand.
This is that. That's my on-call maintenance fob at 4:34.
So that's before, correct?
Yes. But I don't understand why he would have been there.
Is it Armando?
Yeah.
To most, this would seem like particularly damning evidence, but it only got worse. While checking out an apartment that was set up the same as Mia's, though not her actual room, the officer asks a chilling question.
So he accessed her room at 4:30, correct?
She went missing at 5.
There was no service supposed to be in her room or anything like that, right?
And I don't remember if I saw that he left with that fob. She would have been home, so if he was just hanging out, now I'm like worried, what if he was literally waiting for her? They've got my head all screwed up, I can't help.
Because of the record of the key fob, it was clear that 30 minutes before Mia's work shift had ended, Armando had entered her apartment, and it also seemed that he had never left, or at least there was no record of him leaving. Mia's key was then used to open the door at 5:06, and as the worker suspects, it looks like Armando could have been waiting for her. By reviewing the security footage, investigators spotted Armando driving a golf cart near Mia's apartment, which coincided with the times the maintenance key fob showed it was used on her front door. They also uncovered what they believed to be the last image of Mia as she walked to her apartment just before she went missing. While there was the possibility of an innocent explanation, on Thursday, September 23rd, Armando had asked Mia if she would have time to talk about something mysterious on Friday, the day she went missing. Mia had replied, "What do you want to talk about?" Armando wrote back, "It's nothing big, but if your day is busy, it's whatever." Mia replied, "I'll let you know how my day goes." However, there was one other piece of evidence that didn't quite fit. 2 hours after Mia went into her apartment, Armando called the Arden Villas office staff and asked to be let into the front gate as he was responding to a maintenance call that was made around 7 p.m. Just 5 minutes later, someone used Mia's key fob on the exterior lock of her apartment. It would be nearly impossible for Armando to have been at the gate of Arden Villas and then 5 minutes later unlocking Mia's door. The question was this Mia herself, and was the timeline of her disappearance a few hours later than her family believed? Or was this evidence of her kidnapper using her key fob? While the police may have still been collecting evidence, Mia's distraught family members already felt certain that they knew where to look for answers about Mia's disappearance.
They on it.
With Armando Caballero himself. While continuing their search for Mia, some of her family members decided to begin surveillance of their own, and they would soon uncover some of the most chilling evidence yet.
I happened to overhear Armando's address when he was giving it to the officer.
Yo!
And
this aunt and dad are on it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. Simone, yo, if you see this, I love you. Hey, and your brother, I love him. Her dad, yo, those two are fucking
I'm
legit.
gonna do a pit stop. Put it in the GPS, and we continued to his house. He didn't see us at first. I made a U-turn, and I went into the parking lot across the street from him. Here's his apartment complex. Here's my vehicle facing him. That's when he started touching the indentation of his car. He tried leaving the complex last night with his lights off, and he hit another vehicle. He was touching, so his vehicle is dented.
It became clear to them that the police hadn't searched Armando's apartment yet. It was then that they once again began recording, this time catching something truly shocking on camera.
He has gloves.
He has gloves.
He has gloves
He has
in his
gloves.
hands.
He has gloves.
Gloves and what else? The blanket.
Oh my god, that is my blanket. Oh my god, call the police, call.
As they watched, Armando carried a blanket that had once belonged to one of Mia's
Call the police, man. I'm doing. All right, let's roll. Come on. We up that man. Bro, shit. He's pissing off fucking Thor, bro. The God of Thunder, man's gonna come out on your bitch ass, bro. What you doing, man? Imagine being the woman giving her that blanket and seeing that man carrying that blanket after everything
family members, and that had since been given to Mia into his apartment.
He knows what we look like, and he's looking to see who's following him or whatever. With the police.
Mia, Kelly, call them back. I'm videotaping.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. I'm videotaping him. That's why I can't call.
As unsettling as this discovery was, the incident with Armando was far from over, and it would only become more chilling. Later, Mia's Aunt Simone shared with detectives what had happened after they stopped filming.
I started trembling. I couldn't drive anymore. I just pulled in. Another Hispanic guy got out of another car, 2 cars down, came across the street. He videotaped the truck. He videotaped me. He took pictures of me. He took pictures of my license plate. Then he told me, get out of your truck. Get out of your truck. I didn't get out. He laughed. Across the street, he went back, and he does this again.
This behavior, along with the discovery of Mia's blanket, seemed to solidify, for her family at least, that Armando was behind Mia's abduction. However, this interaction with Armando would come back to haunt them in the most chilling way. Armando then left his apartment, but returned 10 minutes later. When police were able to find Armando and tell him that they wanted to look inside his apartment,
you know what's really fun? Making a website on with.
Hey, where Howard?
he surprised everyone. He gave permission for Mia's family to search through his apartment while the police stood by.
Is it like a quilt type? Yeah, like a quilt, like blanket-like thing. So if you see it, just let me know. That'll just give more bolster to the search warrant.
It appears that this frantic search was not recorded, but Mia's family didn't find her blanket. It seemed that when Armando left, he must have disposed of the blanket. Either way, no other evidence was found, as Armando wasn't arrested or even brought in for questioning. In fact, soon after, he ended up leaving his apartment around 3 p.m. Approximately an hour and a half later, he was officially named as a suspect in Mia's disappearance. But to her family's frustration, he was already gone. His apartment was then secured, and at around 6 p.m., more than 24 hours after she was last seen or heard from, the Orange County Sheriff's Office released a missing persons bulletin for Mia. By now, it was becoming clear to at least some that the police knew they hadn't started their investigation as soon as they should have.
Oh, yeah, check the report, I guess.
I mean, if they saw the blood and everything, it didn't take long for...
That was the end of it. Just some miscellaneous papers and stuff. passport, 30 euros, wallets, checkbook.
It was around this time that calls began flooding into the police department, but not to aid in the search for Mia, but rather because Armando's friends were calling to complain about Mia's family and their investigation.
Yesterday, they pulled up to my house. I don't know if they were following my friend Armando, because my friend Armando, supposedly he was talking to the girl that's missing. I had no idea what was going on. I came to my house, and then some fat bald guy came to my house. He was yelling at my friend, "Oh, you kidnapped my daughter! You kidnapped my daughter!" I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. I literally just came from my girlfriend's house. What's going on? I'm confused. He was, "Oh, my daughter's missing. He kidnapped my daughter." And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm so confused. And then they just came to my house. They were at my house and just arguing. Got complete lost now.
But even Armando's friends had questioned him about his possible involvement in Mia's disappearance.
And I was trying to ask him, yo, you sure you didn't do anything? And my mom was on the phone too. My mom was like, yo, you sure you didn't do anything? Are you 100% sure? And I was trying to make sure, because that's someone's child that's missing. Yeah. I was like, yo, you sure you didn't do anything? He was like, nah, I didn't do anything. And my mom prayed for him on the phone. My mom said, if you didn't do anything, God will protect you. And if you did something, you will reap what you sow.
Along with looking for Mia, law enforcement continued to search for the now missing Armando, based on him using the maintenance key fob to enter Mia's apartment a half hour before she returned home from her shift. The search escalated when an even more disturbing piece of information was revealed. Jessica Decker, a manager at Arden Villas, had found something strange.
Then the other thing that concerned me was there was an on-call message last night at around 7:01, and the message said, "This is Tristan Thompson. Is on the first floor."
Motherfucker. Who? The Hooper?
Just on the opposite side of the apartment.
Yeah.
And it said the AC was out.
Okay.
It's a female unit, and an officer went over there the evening and knocked on the door, and they didn't call emergency maintenance.
Okay.
And that concerns me because of the timing of the last fob reading, which was 7:16, where her fob was used, but nothing was locked. So we got that on call at 7:01.
Mm-hmm.
He called my leasing manager at 7:11, saying that the gate wasn't letting people in, and she had to talk him through how to manually turn it off.
It was now clear that the fake maintenance call had actually been made by Armando, and the call he made at 7:11 p.m. to the office staff to open the gate on the night of Mia's disappearance had been his attempt to establish an alibi. Police also suspected that since he was probably not actually at the gate, he was the one to use Mia's key fob just 5 minutes later. A press conference was scheduled for 1 p.m. on Monday, September 27th, but that planned media briefing was postponed when a shocking discovery was made. Armando had finally been found, but it wasn't the result anyone was hoping for. His body was discovered in an apartment complex in Seminole County.
I felt so defeated, this was the person we wanted to talk to, to find out, just say something, you know what I mean?
Nothing in Armando's interactions with Mia's family had given any suggestion of his intention to escape justice in this way.
He was way too confident in how he was. He did not come across as discombobulated at all. He came across more frustrated that we were bothering him.
Yeah, maybe the case.
You understand what I'm saying?
Despite this shocking development, there was still no sign of Mia.
Getting dark again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a little girl, and she's out there by herself. You know what I mean?
Right,
We don't know where she is. We don't know if he's done something to her. We have a line this time, Lord.
We are trying.
Tragically, just over 1 week after she went missing.
Here he is now.
Hi, I'm just trying to make sense of all this data.
Just get Sasvaya.
Sasvaya! No!
Oh, wow. The quickest way from 1 billion points of data to a point of view. Sasvaya.
First form, protein bars and sticks. High protein, maximum taste.
What?
20
Ain't
grams
nobody
of protein
getting that
in every
shit,
bar.
bruh.
Mia's body was found on Saturday, October 2nd, 5 days after Armando was found dead. Mia's body was discovered in a wooded area behind timber scan condos in Orange County. She was found with her red purse and wallet, wearing jeans, a bra, and a robe, and a necklace with her name. Her body was mostly skeletonized and bound with black tape around her wrists, ankles, and across her mouth. Due to the state of her remains, a cause of death couldn't be determined. However, there seemed no doubt as to Armando's guilt. Mia's blood and hair was eventually found among some of Armando's belongings. According to Orange County Sheriff John Mina, we are not looking for any other people. We believe pretty conclusively that Armando Caballero is responsible for this crime, and there's not any other person or persons that we're looking for in this case. Given the evidence, including the broken jewelry found in her room, along with bloodstains, police speculate that when Mia entered her apartment, Armando attacked her, and a struggle ensued. Investigators believe he killed her in the room, and then, using her bedroom window, put her body into the trunk of his car. Just 46 minutes after Mia entered her apartment at 5:06 p.m., Armando's vehicle was seen leaving Arden Villas. He then went to his apartment before returning again to Arden Villas for the fake maintenance call. Phone records and GPS data show that he then went to the woods, where Mia's body was later found. The Marcano family eventually filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Arden Villas, claiming negligence in Armando having unfettered access to Mia's apartment.
Bro, come on, man. You can't sue the fucking place. Bro, like, I get you lost. Alright, I'm gonna be straight up and honest with y'all. I lost somebody, alright, when I was in high school, man. And I seen the same shit. Their family using them for money, bro. Don't do that dumb shit, bro. Don't be that motherfucker to do that, bro. A wrongful death? Like, yeah. But, like, yo, dude, that's just one of those freak cases. I don't, like, what you trying to make it a lose in this world, man. That's not how you come back. You know what you should have done? You started a GoFundMe for, excuse me, victims of abuse from crazy dudes. It would have been that easy, or a charity or something, but instead you try to go get the bag, bruh. You try to go get the bag. That's just like using your
apartment. They also filed a lawsuit against the sheriff's office and 2 officers for
She was dead before. Alright, you hear me? She was dead before the cops even started the investigation. Before you guys even found out, bro. Like, what do you mean? Wait. It comes out that he killed her right away in her room, right? Attacked her. And you want to blame the cops for that. Like, come on. I was fucking with y'all earlier, but now you just try to use people to get money, bro. You dead ass using her to get money. You, the dad, and the aunt, and the mom. Like, that's hey, my opinion, L family. That's whack as fuck. Go, instead of doing that, go make sure her name's remembered. You know, go start a scholarship under her name. Whatever she was going to school for, make a scholarship for it, and be like, yo, if you want to donate for yada, get a free scholarship every year or a certain amount of scholarships every year, donate to this for this cause, or do it a charity event for this cause. It's like, man, you guys are just out there trying to get that 4 or 5 mil case claim from the government. I don't know, man.
Rights violations and negligence, describing the department as failing miserably in its duties. There has yet to be a resolution for the lawsuit.
They ain't winning that lawsuit.
Mia's law has been introduced to impose higher levels of background checks and limitations on the use of meth.
I just fucking debunked it right there. Like, you guys have to understand, negligence is when something happens under the cops' knowledge and they know about it and then they don't do nothing. You stupid fucks. This isn't negligence. This is literally late to a case, late to a murder case. They were late to a murder. The murder happened, and they had to investigate how it happened. That's literally this whole case. It's not pursuing a kidnapper. It's not pursuing yada, yada, yada. Who? Man, get the fuck up, man. It's like that, bro. I don't understand what y'all you just try to get money out of people, bro.
Keys, limiting access to private residences, and affording tenants the safety and security Mia
Yeah, you should have done that.
Quality at unbeatable prices?
R.I.P. Mia, and I'm sorry to her family.
It's an all these.
Y'all, man, you guys have to go about that a better way. Mia, you gotta, like, girls out there, don't fuck with no weirdos. Don't fuck with no weirdos. Don't. If they give you the heebie-jeebies, that's for a fucking reason. Dip. Dudes are fucked up. Men are fucked up. 100%. I'm not denying that shit. So you say, even if you don't mean to lead them on, but like you compliment them one time, call them cute or whatever, you got them. You got them hooked. They will get obsessed. They will get obsessed, and then you guys will have to deal with it. So the best way to do that is snip it in the butt. They do anything crazy or further, call the cops, call your parents. And families. If you have a death in your family, don't try to I don't understand what you like, filing a lawsuit at, like, wow. You guys lost money for that, getting lawyers. You're not gonna win that case. You guys have to do your research before you guys do shit. Again, R.I.P. Mia, R.I.P. or not R.I.P. to the other fucker. I hope he's in hell. But yo, to her father and her aunt, yo, you guys were on it. I loved how you guys were on the case instead of the cops. Like, I get you guys went and investigated and all that, but y'all, you guys, I don't know, man. You I don't know. The ending, I didn't like the ending. You guys gotta realize you guys were on the same team as the cops. So I don't understand why you fucking sue them, because you find out that she was already dead before the cops started their investigation. They were going through a loss, so I'm not going to be mad at them. But again, R.I.P. to Mia. Condolences out to her family. Ladies, a fucking weirdo, get out of there. Just no. Stay to yourself, keep your gals around, and just have a good time until you find that one man. YouTube, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see y'all later. Stay safe and enjoy the weekend.